Hello, beauty babes. Welcome to Good Hair Presents, the Beauty Insiders podcast. I'm Shannon Good, traveling hairstyling specialist and founder of Good Hair. We're excited to share this platform with you that's all about community, education, inspiration, and empowerment. On this podcast, you'll be hearing about all the twists and turns of beauty industry rock stars. Every Monday, a new episode will be released that will feature an industry pro who is killing it. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. Hi everybody, this is Shannon Good again with Good Hair Presents, and I'm here with Jennifer King. Hey Jennifer.
Hi Shannon, how are you?
Hey, fantastic. It's a sunny day. You gotta love that.
Yeah.
They're kind of rare. Yeah, it is pretty hot. Like 90, sunny. But so I'm really excited to get you on here and kind of learn a lot about your journey and where, the road that's taken you to where you are now. So you want to tell us about your salon and kind of the services that you offer?
So I am an individual stylist. I work out of my own space, and during the week here at salons at High and Hubbard, that's where I work in the short north, I do my regular clients. I do color, I do cut, I do facial waxing, and I do blowouts. When it comes to the weekends, that could be Friday, could be just Saturdays. Always on a Saturday, I'm always just styling for weddings. Very rare for events, but mostly just wedding hair is what I do on the weekends.
Yeah, right on. It kind of gives you the opportunity to get in a new space. I mean, because do you travel for weddings? Pretty sure you do.
Yes, I always, I do travel on site for weddings. I prefer that unless it's just the bride that I'm doing, then I will have them come to me. But it's just more comfortable for the bride, for me to go on site. They can, go about their day not feeling rushed to go from one location to the next.
Yeah, it is really nice to just be in their space, and the timeline is usually a little more relaxed and all of that. Yeah, it's such a good thing.
Awesome. Definitely.
All right, so you're in downtown Columbus. You said that. I really love your location. I got to see it one time, but it's really cool.
Yeah, I love it. That's the beauty of working for yourself and renting out a space is you kind of create your own look that you want and who you want to be and kind of show that off, decorating and making your own hours and building your own business through that. I feel like I've been in business long enough to be able to be on my own now for 9 years, if you will. So
yeah,
it's really great to be in the short north. Yeah,
such a cool area. It's developing so quickly and it's just changed dramatically, even in the time that I've been around the Columbus area. You know what I mean? It's just been kind of quickly up and coming.
Yes, it's definitely busier. There's a lot more traffic, but I think there's also a lot more for people to do down here, so that draws people to come and want to enjoy. If not now, it will be in the next year or so, with all the construction that's going on right now.
Yeah, right on. Okay. So how did you start your how did you start hair in general? What inspired you to go into that industry?
Well, it began when I was in high school. My friends and I were going to homecoming and prom, and I just honestly started doing hair for them, and they'd asked me to do their hair, and so I felt comfortable enough to pursue that after high school. But I wanted to finish high school and then go to college, beauty school after I was finished. So that's what started it. And once, I was in the Ohio State School of Cosmetology in Westerville. I don't even know if they had Aveda back then. I honestly probably would have went to Aveda had they had it, but that was what was offered back in 18 years ago when I went to school.
Oh my gosh, 18 years. It goes by so fast, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it
does.
Feels like a lifetime. I mean, to say that is like 18 years. I never thought I could say, you know what I mean? that
Yeah.
I've done something for that long.
Right. I know. That's when I started in school, was 18 years ago. And then and I've been doing hair now for 15, but I've always worked in the short north. I've always worked downtown. I used to work at, my first job ever was Regis Signature Salon in City Center Mall. So back in the day.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, it's been great. I love doing it. And even more so now, I feel like I love doing it than I did when I started.
Oh, that's really cool, because I think it's easy to get burnout if you don't sort of know how to stay on top of your craft and learn new things or whatever it is that might burn you out. That's really incredible that you love it more now than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Definitely.
cool.
Yes.
So what do you specialize in most? Like, what do you just love to do? When you see it on your calendar or whatever, you're like, oh, this is great. Yeah, I'm doing that today or whatever.
I would say color. It gives me more freedom to a lot of my clients, they do like to have their hair the same. And that's perfectly fine. If you've seen me, Shannon, my hair hasn't changed a lot in the past 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy color the most. I do enjoy cutting, and I love styling. But if I had to choose when I'm in my salon, the variation of colors that are offered, it's endless. The variety of opportunity and how something like that little can change and make you look so different.
Right on. Yeah. Well, so did you always specialize in that, or like what inspired you to just really learn how to create, different looks with color?
So, when you're in school, you're always, you learn the basics of pretty much everything, right?
Yeah.
And when I went to my first job, I did do a little bit of everything. And then when I left there and the city center decided to close, I kind of wanted to pick my niche and try, from doing it for now 3 years, I wanted to kind of hone down on what I wanted to do. So that's when I chose to do color and cutting, and a little bit of facial waxing, nothing more than that. I wanted to focus on those things. At one point I did extensions back in the day, but I haven't done that in years. So that's probably after about 3 years of working for one space, in one salon.
Yeah, right on. Okay. So I should mention this because it's just been on my mind since we started talking. We were introduced through Joy Mackay. And she makes her way into these conversations and probably every single podcast that I've recorded. And it's just because, like, she's such a prominent person. Like, when she comes into your life, she's so giving and caring and just amazing. And to share, the things that she shares, I don't know. We've been introduced through her. And you color her hair or have colored it, and just done the most amazing job.
Yes. Joy, I love her as a client. She's been very adventurous.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much in the beginning, but more so in her recent years. She's been adventurous with her hair, and I just love being able to craft that and change it, and hopefully keeping the integrity of the hair in mind, of course, but being able to have that freedom is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is so fun to have somebody that comes in, and every time they come in, they want something different.
Yes. It gives me inspiration, to be honest, to want to try something new on somebody else. I might learn something from doing that experience that I'll take away and want to try it on somebody else. So.
Absolutely. Do you have any funny stories or, just interesting stories maybe about a color experience that you've had, or is there anything that just stands out to you? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot that way.
I would say I will never forget this. She is still my client today, just to put that on the record. But I remember her coming in my chair for a haircut, and she had shoulder length hair and wanted it above her shoulders, nothing too much shorter, but shorter for her.
Yeah.
So I began to cut the base of the hair, and then we put some layers and a long sided swept bang in. But as I was cutting the layers, again, I'm very beginning in my job, right? My first job ever.
Oh, yeah.
Here I am cutting the length of the base of the haircut with the layers. So what happens is you end up creating the hair to be shorter.
Oh, no.
So when I finished, it was much shorter. But I will tell you what, she loved it, and she didn't even know it at that time that she even loved going that short. So that was quite the story. I felt terrible for her that I even cut the length off. But in hindsight, today she still wears it short like that. So
does she really? Oh, wow.
Now, yeah, we ended up
lucky.
coloring it a lot more,
Yeah.
But we still keep that similar haircut, that length of hair. So
that's too funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It was not intentional, but obviously she loved it. So
yeah, it's so funny. We come out of beauty school, and especially 20 years ago or whatever, like we did. And I mean, yeah, you learn the basics, right? But then when you get behind the chair, that's when you're really learning. And that is so scary. Just to think, like, I remember I had a little client base that followed me from beauty school to the salon, which is, it's just kind of funny to even think about. But I had this one lady that she loved getting perms. And so she was the first perm that I did in the salon, and I ran out of perm rods, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? So I actually called, so stupid, but I called the beauty school because it was like right there. I lived near it. And I was like, can I borrow some perm rods? And so I left her in my chair, and I drove to the school, and they let me borrow them. It was so funny. Like,
Right, you're like, hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I know, the things we do, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. This is good stuff.
I know.
Yeah. So what forms of inspiration move you and keep you fresh? Like, are there certain things that you see that just sort of get your wheels turning and all that?
Well, I'll be honest. When I'm usually checking out at the grocery store, I see these magazines, and whether it's Elle magazine or Allure, whatever it may be, the fashion magazines. And then I always end up buying one or pulling it, and then I look at it and I see the fashion, and the clothing, then I see the hair, and that's inspiring to me, and I see the new trends that way. I also obviously see it online. There's so many things online these days. It's amazing that you can learn from being at home, watching it on the computer.
Oh, absolutely. And I love that, right? Because then you have access to seeing people who are in the industry and then people who are not in the industry, and the creativity that it just sort of intertwines and all comes together and just can get your wheels turning in such a wild way. It's so great.
Totally. It's good and bad. You've seen, I'm sure, people who think they know products and how to style hair, and they end up burning their hair off in the YouTube video or wherever it may be. It's kind of funny. They're not hairstylist backgrounds, but then it goes the other way, and it's very educational. So
yeah,
absolutely.
So when it comes to business, and here comes the train, I live right by the train. I can see it out my back door. So just so everybody knows, you're going to hear a train in a second. I hear it coming. There it is. Darn. It always makes its appearance. Okay. So what have you discovered is maybe one of your biggest issues as far as business? Like, do you struggle with any one thing, whether it's social media or whatever it might be? But is there something that sort of stands out to you?
I would say marketing. I'm not very good with the web advertising, putting myself out there as much as I would say I used to. I don't want to blame it on my kids, but my hands are very full with these little young ones in my life, so I find it hard to have any energy to express going further in my own personal business.
Yeah.
But I know that that day is coming again, and I will be in full force and hopefully, coming back with more opportunities and like what you do, Shannon. It's amazing what you offer and how you're out there so much. You got so much to find out about you. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. I think we go through seasons, and I think it's okay, right, to just be where you are and just really enjoy the present, right? Because like our kids grow up so fast, and it's such a precious time, and especially when they're smaller. Like, my kids are grown. My kids, and it is the craziest thing to think I have a 24-year-old and a 21-year-old, and it's like, wait a minute, I feel like I'm 24. Like, I can't possibly be old enough. And then my daughter is 13, and I miss them being little, but I also am enjoying the time where I'm at now, where I can focus more on the things that I love, you know what I mean? And just, I'm such a dream chaser. I'm going to go after it. If it's something I've always wanted to do, now's the time, know?
I love that. I know. That's why I strive to be there, but I know that day is coming for me yet. So I try to just be happy, and I am happy with the clientele that I have, and I'm busy enough the way that I am, and I'm thankful for the clients that I have for all of that.
Yes. Oh, you're giving me goosebumps. That was super cool. I love it. So, in your opinion, how can we empower the beauty industry, and just sort of what would be most helpful for artists to feel confident in creating the most successful situation possible, like in your opinion?
Listening to yourself. I feel like we know ourselves as much as we may not appear to be confident.
Yeah.
You know that you can do it. You have, if I could go back to when I was 18 again and think to myself, man, if I knew all the stuff I knew then that I know now, who knows where I would be today,
Yes.
So just keep pushing forward and knowing that to stay true to yourself, know what your strengths are, and just being confident. Us women, I feel like we're in the workforce that we should be able to come up on top and be, sole owners and business owners, and be able to be just as successful as the stereotype of men.
Yes, girl, yes. Oh, that is so good. I love that. But then I also love, and it seems to be a theme with everyone that I've talked with is, just chasing your strength and not trying to be good at everything, but just really going after, like, what do you love to do? Okay, well, make that explode. Make it what you want it to be. You don't have to be cookie cutter and try to be like everybody else, right? Like, make your own way. And that's when you attract the people that you need, right? Instead of trying to chase them.
Definitely. If you're not able to do it with 100%, I have people who work in this space that I have here. I'm the only person that enjoys doing wedding hair and feeling comfortable and confident to do wedding hair in this space here, and nobody else does. So they know that that's not their strength, that they pull that to me. Now, I would say one of my least strengths is probably doing men's hair and doing it interesting enough to create that look. So I give that to somebody else to do here. You know what I mean? Like knowing, what you're comfortable and confident with.
Absolutely. And especially the really cool, like, Barber, Barber styles that are out. That's what I'm calling them, Barber styles. But, like, just really groomed and just, like, really, I'm just loving it right now, like men's styles. But that's not necessarily my strength either. So.
Yes, right. I know I love the look, but sometimes I need a little bit more education and feeling confident in doing that. And I just don't have that right now. So depending on the haircut, I may give it to another stylist here.
Yeah, right on. And that's really just a smart judgment move.
Yes.
So when you look for education experiences, is there something that you value most? Like, are you drawn most to, like, Instagram videos, or do you like to be in an actual class, or, like, what is it that just sort of turns you on that way?
Well, I will say most of my online shopping, if you will, or looking at things happens late at night. So Instagram is probably one of my number one resources.
Yeah.
But I also like going to the beauty classics that they offer here locally at the time. Like there's one coming in up in October, and I enjoy going there. That just helps me step out of my own home and looking at things online and just getting my hands, in there and seeing things. So I do enjoy that too.
Absolutely. And I think that's super beneficial for you because you're behind the chair, right? So you're learning the color,
Yes.
the cut, like it's a little bit of everything. And that's just such an awesome platform for you,
Definitely. Yeah. I enjoy both sides of it, but
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. So then I have a fun question for you. If you went on a road trip for 2 weeks, where would you go and why?
Ooh, well, I've begun to love outdoors even more than I had when I was younger.
Yes,
I would go out west for sure.
Okay.
I did it when I was younger, but I'll be honest, I wouldn't appreciate it then like I would now. So I would love to go to Grand Tetons. I would love to just go hike. You know what I mean? Check out the nature in the world out there.
Yes.
I feel like there's just so much that I don't even know, and it's just peaceful, and that's what I would do. I would just road trip it.
Absolutely, yes. Oh, I love that. Yeah, we're one and the same that way. I went to Arizona for the first time around Christmas, and I think my soul stayed there. I'm like,
yes.
I need to be there.
I know. It's so beautiful, and just seeing, there's just so many amazing places.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that's super cool. All right. So if you were to have your dream outcome as far as business, what would that look like?
Oh man. I would love, as much as it scares me, honestly, to own a salon.
Yeah.
Because you hear the beauty industry, people come and they go so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have a space that I could own personally and have people like me, or not even like me. We need all different walks of life to work in a business that is successful. There's so many salons out there today, so finding the niche and the uniqueness might be hard for me right now, but that would be my long-term goal.
Yeah, totally. I love that. Like if money weren't an issue, wouldn't that just be incredible?
It would be so amazing.
Yeah.
But with that comes a lot of stress, right? Let's face it. And
that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep dreaming, girl, and like chase it, because I feel like when you put those vibes out there and you put those thoughts out there, I feel like it, that's something that'll come your way in some way or another. You never know what it'll look like,
I know. It's like one can dream, right? So let's hope that becomes reality someday.
Yeah, totally. Yes. All right. So then my favorite question is, what are 3 pieces of advice you would give yourself as an 18-year-old? Because we kind of started to go into that earlier, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like when you're ready to enter the beauty industry or just a career in general, like what would you tell yourself?
Well, I think about myself when, like I said, I was 18 years old. Any opportunity that I was able to get back then, I would have done it today. And that's because that opportunity could have led me to another open door, right? We don't know if I would have chose that. Who knows where I'd be today? But being available and just knowing that if that opportunity is there, feel comfortable, but you've got to also know yourself again to decide if that would be right for you in that time, in that moment.
Absolutely.
Just find your own way. Know that you're strong. You can do it,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's super cool. Really good advice. And I just know that somebody will hear that and just be really inspired by it. And, we may never know the lives we touch, but I think just putting that out there and hoping it reaches one person's ear, that's what it's all about.
You're right. That's what it is about. Somebody will take away something from each person's podcast or online tutorial, or every day when I'm in the chair, there's something that I take away from a client that might be a regular client or a new client. There's always something each day when I stand behind the chair that I have learned or taken away from today.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's cool. So then remind everybody where to find you on Instagram, Facebook, and do you have a website?
So I'm at salons at High and Hubbard in the Short North. I do have a website on that, salons at High and Hubbard. That will link you to, we're both on the Knot, you can click on the Knot from there.
Yeah.
And my Style Seat website is on there where you can book online. So the address is 17 West Hubbard.
Okay.
And I'm right behind Hubbard Grill, right in the heart of Short North, I like to say. It's kind of a mess, but it'll be worth it, I promise.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, I've always been downtown, and I just love being in the Short North, the downtown, the vibe, the freedom, I just love all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Super cool. And then are you on Instagram?
Yeah, so I am on Instagram. I'll be honest, I don't keep, like I said, the social media is hard for me at times to keep up, but it is Jennifer King Hair.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. This was really good and just a great way to start the day.
Thanks, Shannon. I appreciate you having me, and hopefully we'll see each other in the near future.
I hope so. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, everyone. Well, that concludes today's episode for Good Hair Presents the Beauty Insiders podcast. Thanks for listening. Please remember that episodes will be released on Mondays, and subscribe so that you'll get notified about that. You can find us on Instagram at Good Hair Presents, or you can follow me at shannongood.goodhair, and I would love to hear from you. Have a great day. Or you can follow me at shannongood.goodhair, and I would love to hear from you. Have a great day.